World Tennis Day. Experience watching Eala, PH hosting WTAs. Under the Manila skies, blowers hummed and towels were at the ready. The sun was out, but so were the drizzles. Notwithstanding, nothing could stop history. The Philippines wasn't just watching world-class women's tennis from afar, it was hosting it. World Tennis Day. Experiencing history with Eala and the Philippines hosting the WTA. There are moments in sport when the lines of a court feel larger than chalk and paint, when they become borders crossed, ceilings shattered, and dreams made visible. World Tennis Day in the Philippines felt exactly like that. It was not just a celebration of forehands and match points. It was a declaration that tennis in this archipelago of over 7,000 islands has found its voice, its heroine, and its place on the global stage. At the heart of it all stood Eala, poised, fearless, and luminous beneath the stadium lights. A nation that rarely saw itself in tennis. For decades, tennis in the Philippines flickered quietly behind basketball courts and boxing rings. While the world cheered legends from Spain, United States, and Switzerland, Filipino fans often watched from afar. We learned the names. We memorized the rivalries. But we did not yet see ourselves reflected in the sport's brightest arenas. World Tennis Day changed that narrative. Because this time, the cheers weren't for someone across oceans. They were for a Filipina who grew up with the same humid air, the same unpredictable rains, the same relentless hope. The electricity of a home crowd. There is something uniquely powerful about watching tennis live. On television, the sport is precise and controlled, almost surgical. But inside a stadium, the game breathes. You hear the gasp before a drop shot. You feel the tension before a break point. You sense the collective inhale before the serve is struck. As Eala stepped onto the court during the Philippines WTA-hosted event, the applause did not feel polite. It felt protective. It felt proud. It felt like a country saying, "We are here with you." The Women's Tennis Association, bringing a tournament to Philippine soil was more than an administrative milestone. It was validation. It told young girls holding rackets in provincial courts that their dreams were geographically possible. And as the Philippine flag waved among the crowd, the moment felt cinematic, but real. Eala, the symbol beyond the scoreboard. Watching Eala compete is to witness calm wrapped around steel. Her footwork is disciplined, her baseline rallies measured, her backhand sharp with intent. But what resonates most is her composure. There is no visible panic when rallies stretch. No theatrics. Just focus. Every winner she struck that day carried layers of meaning. The countless early morning practices. The sacrifices of training abroad. The leap from junior triumphs to professional pressure. The weight of national expectation, worn lightly, yet understood deeply. In that arena, she was not just playing an opponent. She was playing history. And history, for once, seemed ready to applaud. The soundtrack of hope. Sport has a rhythm. Tennis especially. The bounce before a serve. The squeak of shoes against hard court. The clean thwack of strings meeting ball. But on World Tennis Day in Manila, there was another rhythm, the chants. "Let's go, Alex. Pilipinas." The crowd's energy was different from the restrained audiences seen at Wimbledon or the electric roar of US Open. It was raw, heartfelt, and unmistakably Filipino. It blended discipline with fiesta, respect with passion. And when Eala won crucial points, the eruption felt less like noise and more like release. For a long time, Filipino tennis fans consumed greatness from afar. On this day, they were participants in it. Hosting the a turning point. The Philippines hosting a WTA-level event signals something larger than a single tournament. It suggests infrastructure improving. It suggests belief from international stakeholders. It suggests that Southeast Asia's tennis map is expanding. When the Women's Tennis Association selects a country to host, it is choosing more than courts. It is choosing culture, commitment, and capacity. For young athletes watching from the stands or from live streams across Philippines, the message was simple. You do not have to leave to be seen. The world can come to you. The emotional geometry of the court. There's a poetry to tennis geometry. Cross-court angles, down-the-line risks, the chess-like anticipation between two minds separated by a net. On this particular day, the geometry felt emotional too. Every baseline rally seemed to connect past and future. Every serve toss felt like a rising question. How far can we go? Every applause felt like an answer, farther than before. Eala's presence symbolized a shift in Filipino athletic imagination. Not just in what sports we love, but in where we belong within them. More than a match, World Tennis Day became something closer to a cultural milestone. Families brought children wearing improvised tennis outfits. Students waved handmade signs. Elderly fans, who once only watched international tournaments on late-night television, sat under Manila's lights seeing a homegrown athlete compete at a global level. For many, it was their first live tennis experience. And first experiences shape memory. Years from now, someone might say, I decided to pick up a racket because I saw Eala play that day. That is how sports ecosystems grow, not in statistics, but in sparks. The pressure of representation. Carrying national pride can be heavy. Yet Eala's demeanor suggested quiet understanding rather than burden. Her journey, from junior Grand Slam success to the professional stage, has been watched closely. She embodies discipline learned abroad and identity rooted at home. And watching her compete in the Philippines added emotional layers impossible to replicate overseas. There is comfort in home soil, but also amplified expectation. Each point felt magnified, each error felt collectively absorbed, each triumph felt shared. That is the paradox of national icons. They compete alone, but never alone. Tennis as a mirror. World Tennis Day in the Philippines revealed something profound. Sport mirrors society. We saw a young nation in sport maturing, institutions learning to host global events, fans discovering their collective voice in tennis culture, a new generation recognizing themselves in an international athlete. In that mirror stood Eala, not just as a player, but as possibility. The atmosphere beyond the arena. Outside the venue, conversations buzzed. Vendors discussed match highlights. Parents debated enrolling children in tennis clinics. Local coaches spoke of renewed interest. Social media flooded with clips and national pride. For one day, tennis occupied mainstream Filipino conversation. And that shift matters. Because popularity is not born from isolated victories. It is built from shared experiences. A future taking shape. What does it mean for the Philippines to host WTA events moving forward? It means increased exposure for local talent, opportunities for Filipino wildcards to face international competition, economic and tourism potential, a platform to inspire grassroots development. But most importantly, it means normalization. Seeing world-class women compete in Manila should no longer feel extraordinary. It should feel expected. And that expectation begins here.